So yeah, my big moments, definitely the scene with two men being submerged in the black abyss. One of the best scenes in the film right there. And the visual artwork that goes on after that. And then the scene where Scarlett Johansson talks to the guy with the elephant man disease, and she lets him go, and the whole process of just their conversation, how he pinches himself to see if he's dreaming, and when I watched that, I really felt so emotional. I felt like just like how love is so pure, and that scene was just so well written. It's just that like kind of described the movie. Trying to think what else. I loved all the motorcycle scenery shots, them going across the land, and it was just beautiful. You could just watch that all day long, and it just kind of gave you this feel that like the aliens that were disguised in those men's bodies were almost like robotic, and they just like when they're on that bike, it was almost like they're like this robot, this thing of not nature, not something organic. It's just something that it's just so different, and just like a robot. The scene where the family dies out on the beach is really a beautiful scene too. It just shows the themes in the movie and just what it's all about, like what is trying to be told in this story. Just how there's just no equalness in the world. So the themes in this movie for me, I felt like there was a lot of fragileness and vulnerability in this movie, expressed by Scarlett Johansson's character, and she like figures out like her own consciousness, and it's really amazing to see like how sweet and like sincere this movie can be, and then it can just be the total opposite too. I think in this movie I kind of got the idea of like everybody's searching for love, and you can't change just the course of the universe and what's going to happen. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's character it's like a force of the universe. I love the ending scene where her character is burned and her body, is burned up and goes into the atmosphere. And then we see in the very last shot snow raining down. And that what I think that is, everything that goes up must come down, and it's all just recycling. Scarlett Johansson is like a essence in the universe. It's something that's not going to go away. Like you can have another alien just like Scarlett Johansson's character and do the same role, and it'll happen again. And it's just that consciousness that just something that's always going to happen in the universe. Gotta say, my favorite moment out of this whole movie is the sequence between the two guys who are trapped in the black abyss. And it's by far the most beautiful scene I've ever seen in film. I don't know how else to fucking say it. There's so many great things about this movie that I really love, and like I'm always gonna like go back and watch and like kind of review in my head. The scene in the end, God, so cool. I love the ending. It's like she's just like a fucking insect that just gets caught in a spider web, just like everybody else that she killed. And I just love how like she gets it in the end too. Yeah, visually this movie is just stunning. It's just not something you see every day. It's just like parts of this movie, some screenshots you just want to fucking enlarge them and make them a poster and put them on your wall. They're just so cool. And the scene where Scarlett Johansson, the alien is revealed, is so like awesome. It's not cheesy at all. I really loved it. Like when I was in the theater watching it, I like got up, my chair, and I was like looking all close. Really didn't want to miss one bit of it. I was like, all right, here we go. We're actually gonna see it. We're gonna finally see the alien, and it was cool. It was so like awesome to see her like seeing, you know, the skin that she wore, and it was amazing to like see like her transformation. You know, like she was so different when, you know, when post like the movie started, and she was just going through this huge process. I love how the mirror, you know, the mirror is like this reflection of her, and I am a huge fan of the scene where the kind man, you know, lets her into his house, and he, you know, just says, "All right, well, here's your bed, good night." And he, you know, there's this heater, and the color of the heater is reflecting on the walls. And she's looking in this mirror, and she's like, you know, touching her body, and like, you know, it's seeing what it feels like to just, you know, be conscious, and it's such a beautiful scene. I think like the color in that scene is so perfect, really perfect. Yeah, that scene represents a lot to me. I think, you know, that scene represents like human nature, and how like I think she was experiencing somewhat like love, and like what it's like to be conscious and just see the beauty in life, you know, and like the color just vibrating all over. It was almost like the love was like spreading, you know, out into her soul, and you know, she was just, you know, realizing like the beauty in the things around her, you know, and I think like, you know, I could do another review on this movie, you know, a week or two from now, and once I've thought about it a little bit more. It's cool, like there's just so many ideas flowing. So the music in this movie, really awesome, really great. Okay, I admit, there's one time where I think like Scarlett Johansson's character is just, you know, in the van and whatnot, and there's this music playing, and it almost sounds like the music that was playing like before in the movie, right? But it's like playing in reverse, and it just sounds not good. And it's weird because like the music, wonder if anybody knows like what I'm talking about here, but in this one scene, this music is like turned down very low, and it just sounds like, you know, the music before in the movie is like reversed, and it's like and it's going in reverse, and it's just not as like, you know, it just doesn't have that feel like all the other music does. You know, I'm not saying this movie doesn't have a good soundtrack, you know, for sure. Like the music is a big role in this movie. It really captures the feel, you know, just the emotions. Yeah, so I think like they just could have done a little better on that one, would have been okay, but you know, it's not that long, so in the movie, so it's not that I'm gonna like get that pissed about. I really like the scenes where, you know, she's like hypnotizing the men to come into this black abyss, and you know, that's all you see is just black. And then the scenes where, you know, all you see is just white, and like, you know, she's undressing the girl in the beginning, and she's taking her clothes and stuff. I like how the background makes you you know, focus on what's in front of you, like the clothing, and you know, what's going on. And I think that was a real interesting thing to do. I really like that, especially like the blackness. You know, like it's kind of open to interpretation of like how she gets them into this thing. You know, this abyss, and you know, like hypnotization. You know, just, you know, it's, yeah, open to interpretation. I like that one. Like, you know, it's realistic enough, and then just kind of leave it up to you for how you want to see it. You know, it was funny to me. I thought like when Scarlett Johansson was like, you know, getting the men to come closer, and they went to the abyss, she just kept walking backwards. You know, it's like she was almost like doing a dance, like, you know, like something primal, like fucking insect. You know, just like the insect is like, you know, making the mate come closer, and then as soon as it comes close, it's gonna eat its head, and, you know, and mate or whatever. You know, it's like reminded me of that. It's like, yeah, she just is kind of, that's her role. You know, like that's her role, just like how insects' role is to just, you know, eat and, you know, die. It's like her role is just to do that,